Acting General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, John Boydu, has admitted that the feud between its Northern Regional Chairman and the Gender Minister negatively affected the party, hence its decision to sanction them. Gender Minister Otiko Jaba and NPP Northern Regional Chairman Daniel Bugri Nabu, who've engaged in a public feud since last week, have been reprimanded by the party's second highest decision-making body, the National Council, and they've been bonded to be of good behavior. John Boydu has been giving us some details of the meetings in this interview with my colleague Raymond Aqua.
This is the second National Council meeting that we've held since we won power in 2016. There are a lot of issues that were before us to look at. The first issue that we raised is about the fusion of party and government functions. The council took a decision that party work is full-time work, ministerial work is full-time work. So party officers who have been acknowledged by the president and offered ministerial position should take a decision. Either you remain as a party official or continue to remain as a minister. So you won't have a situation where you have a party official being an official of the party and continue to be a minister. So that far-reaching decision was taken.
Forgive me, but is there a reason why it was only left to that portfolio of a ministerial position? How about certain boards, the CEOs of companies and stuff like that, whether or not as equally important and engaging like that of a minister?
Not like that of a minister. Their roles most often is not far-reaching. If you take top board or top CEO, for instance, his role is limited to a limited constituency. But if you take that of a minister, it is for the whole nation, and it affects his party position. And sometimes it makes it difficult to differentiate between whether this activity is a party activity or not. Because the moment you choose him or you appoint him as a minister, you will give him free vehicle, fuel, and all that. If he's going for his party activity, is he going to go with party car or something? It makes it very difficult for us to do that and creates all kinds of problems. And they are not able to concentrate on their ministerial work, and party activity suffers. We have lots of people who are on the sideline who are capable, who can also do the work if they are given the opportunity.
So was this choice left to them, or the party had to veto and say that abandon the party position and pursue the ministerial one?
Because it wasn't a one-way decision that abandon the party. There are others who may decide that I want to abandon the ministerial position and concentrate as a party official. That's why we've given them some time. Very soon, after, because we'll get the substantive deputies to act now or be substantive officers of the party very soon. So because I'll write to all of them to assent to it that they've decided that they want to be ministers, so that we can quickly fill their position.
Okay, so you hold fresh elections?
Oh, no. The constitution said that, for instance, if you are a regional chairman and you move on or you resign or decide not to be, your first vice takes over. Yeah. If you're a national women's organizer or national organizer and you move on, either your organizer, youth organizer can take over. This is internal arrangement that will be done amongst elected officers. That will be done, yeah.
You said that the ministerial position is very important. The position of the National Service Board, be it the deputy head of National Service or the executive director himself, is that not equally important?
None of them are party officials. None of them, yeah.
So, for example,
but their role is not far-reaching as that of a minister, because obviously National Service Board CEO or whatever is under a minister. You understand? So it's limited role.
Can they contest those who have been asked to? So because the election is in the future, so can they contest future elections? That
is where, for instance, if you go to our constitution, we categorically stated some office holders of government, DCE, regional ministers, are not eligible to contest as officers of the party, especially at the regional level and at the national level. And as part of the meeting, we took a decision to have our annual delegates conference in August. And this gives room and afford opportunity for party people who want to propose for amendment in our constitution. Obviously, this decision will be part of the amendment process, and a decision, clear decision and clear statement will be made on it in Congress and other decisions as well. So it gives us the opportunity to review our constitution, so to speak.
So let me be clear. This is coming out of the feud between the gender minister and the Northern Regional.
No, exactly. It's more than that. Because, for instance, if you take
other examples,
for instance, if you take the Volta region, the Volta regional chairman is now the lands and forestry minister. All kinds of work, and he's not able to even go back to the region. His deputy, the first vice, is the regional minister, also involved in a lot of ministerial work. You understand? So it's affecting the functioning of the party in the region. If you take that of Brown Hafo, he's the regional chairman. You understand? So if you take even Greater Accra, so these are examples that we think
would not be more appropriate that these people were not appointed to the positions in the first place.
It will have been very, very bad for us, because we can't, as a party, work so hard and not get our people who are capable to also join government.
You see, there are men available. Would it not have been the other men equally competent, very hard working, play different roles in the could equally occupy these positions?
That's why we didn't load ministerial positions with all party functionaries, because there are people outside who are also capable. There are people inside the party who are officials of the party who are also capable. So we blended the two.
So you treated it close. That's what people are saying. That's to do with the gender minister and the regional chairman of the party.
For you, as an adult, joining a party or a society, for you to be reprimanded in the open, for you to be told in the face that your action and your utterances is disapproved by organizations that you join, for you to be asked to go further and write a statement apologizing to your organization, apologizing to the Ghanaian people, and be bonded to be of good behavior. I don't think that it's even akin to just being told to leave the party. Really? I hope you understand the
point, but
repercussion of this.
But they have not been sacked from government. They have not been sacked from the party.
I'm saying that you've been bonded to be of good behavior. You understand? Yeah. It's all, you see, in taking decisions of such nature, it depends on the attitude of the offender. Okay. You understand? If they had been at the meeting and arguing their way out and insisting that they are right and all that, the decision would have been different. You know, the decision, obviously, why not?
Party be bold enough to sack
bold enough to tell them to write and apologize, not just to us, but to the people of this country. Why won't we be able to tell them or to ask them or to suspend them? You understand? So that is it. You see, have you seen a political party doing this before? We that have gone even a step further to do this, we are all rather being discouraged from doing this. And I think that it is not fair.
Let me ask you the related comment on this particular matter. Is that, I mean, beyond having to reprimand them, do you think that this has actually done irreparable damage to the NPP as a political entity, as one with a history?
It is. Other than that, we wouldn't have wasted so much time in even discussing it as such an august body like the National Council. 2, you remember that during the same week, the president made a tour to our neighboring countries. We have difficulties with our Greek. Cote d'Ivoire is doing so well. We have difficulties with our trading partners, especially Togo and all that. President had the opportunity to meet his counterpart there. We sent even some of our ministers, Minister of Trade, Minister of Agri, Minister of National Security. You understand? All these things should have occupied the public space for us to discuss, so that the ordinary trader will have seen the far-reaching decisions that has been taken and its benefit to him. But those unfortunate utterances that occurred bled all these important achievements of the president. You understand? So it has done a damage to the party, and we disapprove of it. We are using this opportunity to apologize to the Ghanaian people that such occurrence will not happen again, and that we as a party does not approve such bad utterances from our members.
A repetition will warrant what kind of sanction?
Let it happen and you see what will happen. It is not even limited to the two alone.
Okay.
It's about all members of our party to take a cue from this, that the party is not going to stand by and watch members pass comments that brings down the image of the party and the image of government.
Was there a conciliatory move to bring them together, to actually ask political party, NPP members and those there to unite?
There's nothing like disunity in this. It's a problem that occurred. They themselves were very sober. I think they had reflected on it, and the kind of comments that came from all and sundry, to the extent that even the NDC that condone criminality are even commenting on it. Even
condones criminal.
NDC, these are their boys on Munti FM who said things that are of criminal nature. The Attorney General did not act. It is the Supreme Court themselves, the members that were threatened, that took an action on it. They were led by the Education Minister, the party chairman, and everybody, led by their president, to remove these people from a decision of the Supreme Court.
There was a remission of the sentence.
Yeah, they rather now have the boldness to comment, and that is the positive change that we've brought. It is good to the extent that they themselves have seen the reason to comment on this. Is good for
they see this as an extension of the lawlessness within your party and government. They make reference to the issues to do with the invisible forces. They make reference to other vigilante groups. They say the NPP boldly welcomes.
Did you hear NDC talking about Naba? When he was beating police people around, when he was terrorizing people. I was there myself, brought his tax to chase the police, have to run. The police gave warning shot, they replied, nothing was done. Did you hear I said in Ketia speaking to it? But we as a party have taken bold decisions. Even when that thing happened, we took a bold decision, we took them through the law process. We did that. Haven't we done that? We've done that, which we've not seen before. This is new era. This is an era that we want to ensure that the Ghanaian citizen, irrespective of which political party the person belongs to, have the law of our lands protecting him. It doesn't matter whether you're NPP or not. If you do something that is against the law, we will not condone.
One more question on these acts to make sure that you engage government and party and seek to draw the line clearly between the two. Is there going to be, from what we have seen happening now, is you finally putting in your rules, as you say, you're going to go into some form of constitutional review, that you are bad if you're a minister from holding other positions like that, specifically?
It's even stated that if you're a minister, DC regional minister, which is a minister, you are barred from even contesting. We fell short by stating that if you're a party person, you will not be appointed without relinquishing your post. Now we'll go further to bring that aspect to make it clearer now. But the decision of the National Council for now is that if you're a party official and you are given ministerial position, you must choose between the two. That's all.
One last one. The president made some very interesting comments to you about when the One District, One Factory is supposed to commence about NHIS and the clearing of the debt in that particular area. And some say they didn't hear his specific comments on free SHS and other issues.
Yes, obviously. There were a lot of issues that were raised. This is the second National Council meeting we've held. The first one was on the 5th of January. We had then not inaugurated the president. So he was giving us a snapshot of most important things that he has done. So he chose to concentrate on planting for food and jobs. That will be taking over 200,000 farmers at a go.
Already identified. 2.5 million.
2.5 in the nearest future. Our extension officers that are non-existent will be engaged. About 1,200 of them will be engaged very soon. We are setting aside We are talking about one factory, one district. Very soon in June, we'll launch the one factory, one district in 51 districts. We've also set aside about $100 million as stimulus package for distressed, viable, but strategic Ghanaian companies to support them. It's not enough, but it's a start. As we expand the economy, we'll be able to provide more packages to our Ghanaian people for them to be able to stand on their feet and for them to be able to compete fairly with other companies coming from outside. With NHIS, the debt hanging on them, it's almost collapsing the service providers, and we've made provision about 1.2 billion Ghana cedis to be able to take care of that.
When are they going to get the money?
Very, very soon. It's something that...
Is there a date specifically?
Oh, I think somewhere they've even started. They gave around 216 million.
Very disappointed in that amount. They said it was a peanut, small...
It's an amount that you are owing for about 1.5 years now. You understand? I want to clear it, and it's a firm a statement by the president to clear those arrears. We also talk about those development authorities. When Parliament reconvene, we'll put together legislation before Parliament for them to approve to establish these development authorities in order to enable us implement the constituency $1 million for their various activities.
It's interesting. Let me interrupt.
Lastly, what you are interested in, and I'm interested in, and Ghanaian people are interested in, is the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Yes.
Obvious, when the Parliament reconvene, we'll put together, we've done the policy.
Who's going to occupy that office?
I don't know.
Really?
The
party has no suggestion?
No. It will be open up.
I've told you by now.
There will be fair competition.
Between which people?
Because, for instance, we cannot decide now that X or Y should be it if the person has not even expressed interest. It will be open.
People have expressed interest already?
Not that I know.
Okay, but finally, did the president consult the party about who becomes the next Chief Justice?
We've not discussed that. We will be having a cabinet meeting today. And sometimes it's not a question of, it depends on the level of consultation. But in a lot of the things that he do, he consults party people, he consults elders of the party.
So the cabinet will decide that today?
I'm not saying so. I'm saying that we've not had a cabinet. We are going to have it today. And in lots of the appointment that he does broad consultation.
He has not done consultation with the party on the Chief Justice yet?
I'm saying that not yet.
Okay. But one more point. Does the party have somebody they think will be better suited for the position?
I don't think so. We've not even discussed it.
Would you prefer Justice Doche or Eninia Boa?
Maybe I prefer Atuguba.
His name has not come up at any point in time.
But why won't his name come up? Is he not qualified?
Well, that's interesting to note anyway. Thank you so much, sir.
John Boydo is Acting General Secretary of the NPP, having that conversation with my colleague Raymond Akwa there about the NPP.